This is a review of my go bag, which I've refined over the last few years. First up front, we've got water. And then we've got a small pocket knife here. This is the CRKT Provoke. And you just pull there, drop down, and it falls into place. So you can extend it if you need the blade. It's curved like that for a couple of reasons, but one I like is if you have to cut a seatbelt or something, you can cut away from the person as opposed to, you know, a straight knife, which you're more likely to cut them. Anyway, it's got a glass breaker on there too. Titanium frame, D2 steel. And I've tried running with this and, you know, doing other activities, and it stays in just fine. Let's move on to the rest of the bag. All right, guys, so first off, I started with the 72-hour, 3-day bag, and then this one was big enough. I do have a dedicated med kit here, but after this, I felt it was just too big. Yeah, it was doable, it was manageable. I would go on 10-mile hikes with it, but anyway, it was just too big. Because just like anything, the size of the bag dictates how much you're going to stuff in there. So I decided to scale it down for my actual kind of refined go bag. I went with a direct action dragon egg model. Cool name either way, but I love this little guy. Again, I've gone on, I always use your gear, see how it works, so I've gone on 10-mile hikes with this thing too. If anything, it helps you find friction points, how you can better mount your gear. But without further ado, let's go. Yeah, it was right up here. I don't have sunglasses in there, but I always keep some hearing protection. I think that's something a lot of people overlook, but in any sort of emergency situation, you might be dealing with loud noises, sirens, firearms, whatever it might be. So you always just, you know, something people don't think about. I carry one in there, each pair for my immediate family, plus a spare. Let's get into it. Actually, you know what? Let's do our back big section first and just get that out of the way. Okay. So we've got a quick dry towel in there. It's always nice to be dry. We've got I pack everything in bags too, just to keep it extra dry, just in case, I mean, you never want your spare clothes getting wet. So we've got a merino wool sweater. We've got a spare t-shirt under that. In here, we've got some, we've got a spare set of pants. Those are 511 Apex pants. I really like those. And then they carry a lot of gear too. And then I've got a extra like heavy duty belt there, so I can mount, you know, heavier things, larger tools, or whatever's needed on my actual belt. And mind you, this is all spare, so like whatever I have on me, or typically if I'm traveling, and this might be in my car, then I'll already have other gear in the car that I can add to this. This is our, you know, go bag. In here we've got, let's see, this is spare boxers, handkerchief, and socks. And then, aside from clothes, this is the other thing I have in here. This is a tarp, a giant camouflage tarp, so that way I can set up some sort of small lean-to or shelter. Alright, so I started just organizing stuff on the ground here. We're going to go into the fun section, the gadget section. Haha, alright, let's see what we got in here. Hat, always good to have. Gloves, often overlooked. It's great to have a pair of gloves, even if you're just working, cutting campfire type stuff. Lights, I've got lots of lights. This is our spare light. Like I said, this would be supplemented with other stuff on me or in my car at the time. This is a Streamlight HLX, awesome little light. Had it for years, actually. This was the second one I lost, the first one after years. Anyway, I always keep the, yeah, like 1,000 lumens or so. I keep the battery safe by just kind of untwisting the cap so it's not actually in contact. And if you want to do that, you just turn it on, unscrew it until the light doesn't work, unclick it so it's back in the off position, and now your battery's not being constantly drained over time. What else we got? We'll stick with the, well, let's go from the bottom. We got a 550 cord, little spare treat there. Oh, water kit. We'll do water, yeah, okay. So this is the water kit. It's all inline stuff. So I've got, that's like a spare if I don't want to use the inline to carry the water. But anyway, so inline, you would just snip the line that's already in my bag if I needed to. This is spare line. And then you just insert these into the line. And I've got a Sawyer filter there, and that goes down. You got to make sure you get one small enough to get all the cysts and viruses and bacteria and everything. And then a lot of people don't have this, but I got also a carbon filter, which would help deactivate any other nasties that are in the water. So that, hold on, I'll show you. That actually ties in with, where is it? That actually ties in with the bladder system in the back here. And then we've got, I forget how many liters, you know, it's good enough. I've used it, like I said. And then it's got, yeah, I wrapped the cord in that nice camo. I love Cryptek. Anyway, what else we got in here? Let's see. Oh, Sterling exam gloves. So I've got some exam gloves in there, just in case you need some sterile gloves. Cool. Forgot about that. All right, let's keep going. All right, so that's our water taken care of. We got a Leatherman. This was actually my granddad's he gave to me. And what's that? That's the Wave. So we got the Leatherman Wave. Got some hand sanitizer always needed. We've got a Zippo, but Zippos suck because they always run out of gas. It evaporates. So this is a aftermarket butane one, and I got the 2 torches. So not only does it actually hold the fuel, this hasn't been used in at least a year because I'm pulling this bag open to check on it once a year type thing. And then yeah, so that holds it, and that'll get a fire going quickly. Let's see, got a Ride in the Rain notepad with a nice compass there. For a knife, we've got a Spyderco. I forget what model this is. Anyway, it's a LC200N. It was like a special release because of the guy who designed it. It's a G10. It's yeah, so it's stainless, not stainless, but it's like super stainless. You can't make this stuff go bad, LC200N. So I never have to worry about that. And yeah, pretty cool clip on there. Leave that there. Well, while we're on the knives, let's stick with that. For our, what's this? For our fixed blade here, got an OKC Rat 5, I think it is. Yeah, Rat 5. There we go. For a pen, we've got a little titanium. It's like a Fellholter Chinese clone ripoff, but titanium. It's got a tiny glass breaker on there. What else? We've got an emergency blanket. We've got water purifier tabs as like a secondary backup for the water, just in case. We've got, oh, this is kind of cool. Let's see. I'm doing everything with like one hand. Set of titanium silverware. So it's got, you know, a spoon, fork, knife in there. And also they, not that you really need it, but the little ends there, extra little wrench sizes, which is kind of cool. Titanium's really light, that's nice. Got a backup lighter in there, just in case. We've got, oh, let's get this one. We've got another handkerchief. This one's red. It's always good to have something bright colored for signaling, or this is, I do it for like psychological. If I ever like cut myself really bad and I go to wrap it, you know, this is already red, so I'm not going to be seeing a different color. Just turn red and red and red with blood. Like this will help me psychologically. Just be like, yep, it's red. Let's get what I got to do done. Let's see, what else we got? Little whistle, spare compass, thermometer, like I'll ever really need that. We got another little 2-person thermal survival shack. So between this, you could use as a blanket or anything like that if you wanted to. Between that and the tarp, we're pretty good there. And then what else? Tinfoil. It's always good to have some tinfoil. Help reflect heat, save something that you find that's useful for later on. You can use it to reflect light as a signaling device if you're like totally out of ideas. But yeah, always good to have some extra tinfoil. It's light enough you can carry it. I think that's everything. I usually leave these side sacks open just so I can toss a couple bottles of water in the side. And then this one has just an extra spare handkerchief. But yeah, there you go, guys. That's kind of my refined go bag.